Oh, hello. How are we? Good morning. I think it's a beautiful day outside. I woke up and I got to watch the sunrise, and I was practicing this really beautiful mantra with, or from Sabrina of Rewilding. I don't know if anyone's heard of it. Rewilding for women. Check it out. Amazing. And she talks about looking at the sun as it's rising, saying more life, more love, more life, more love. And so my invitation today is to just share a little bit of whimsical magic, because I have an abundance of energy. And that's becoming quite a common theme in my world at the moment. And it's taken me a really long time, slipper adjustment, to get to where I am today. And that's because I've really consciously been making decisions and choosing thoughts and situations that bring me energy and give me an amplification of why I'm here, who I am, what is my reason for being today. And I'm still processing through Matthias De Stefano's course Yo Soy, which is incredible. Highly recommend it. It's on YouTube. It's free. It is a whole year commitment, but it's the most incredible and life-changing piece together the puzzle of my experience that I've ever had. Like it's incredible. And something that he wrote in his blog post at some point was, wake up every day as you hope the world wakes up. And that, to me, is just everything I'm embodying and reaching for and continuously amplifying within my world, my frequency. Because where we place our attention is where our energy is going to go. So yesterday I was really feeling like I was grieving. I was grieving my abortion, I was grieving my choice, I was grieving my aunt passing away, I was grieving time passing. And I was feeling energized and excited about life. And I felt this strength in my body, like it was pulsing through me almost. This strength of like, this isn't permanent. Good morning, Chris. How are we? I felt this strength all the way down the back of my body, and I realized that we are able as beings to experience multiple realities at once. And by reality, I mean emotion. Our emotions create our state, they are our energy in motion. So, as we are focusing and creating story around certain emotions, we're allowing ourselves the possibilities of the day. So if my commitment to myself is I want to wake up every day as I hope the world wakes up, then how am I going to wake up? Am I going to wake up in like resistance and shame and blame and pain and disappointment and I can't be bothered with today? Or am I going to wake up with like, yeah, yeah, let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's send Chris some good vibes. Yeah. Yeah, and I think it's important that we remember positive vibes don't have to be like only positive emotion, right? Like the possibility of shame or depression or blame or anger opens up this whole world inside of us. That especially when we can connect with other beings about that and kind of see it for what it really is, which is usually a fear-based belief about ourselves or about the world or about our experience, a story we've created that has resulted in us taking an emotion to be us. Because there's a huge separation between the emotion and who we are. I am. What is I am? I am a being. I am a human. I am an energy. I am a spirit having a temporary human experience. Whatever resonates, right? And I get to experience a full spectrum of emotion in my life. I get to cry. Like what the fuck, these things, these beautiful little goggle boxes, they produce water that actually has an alchemical balance in it, that when we ingest it, it balances out our nervous system, it balances out our chemical system. How incredible is that? And I know that it's really challenging when we are so caught in that emotion that it feels like every reality is only that energy, because I've been there. I had a full breakdown in Vietnam. I call it my breakthrough. Thank you to my lovely friend Holly who pointed that out. I had my breakthrough miles and miles halfway across the world from all of the people I'd ever known and loved who knew and loved me. I quit my job. I did so many things because I realised that I wasn't designed to feel this, only this. I wasn't designed for this to be my life. I can feel that there's more to life than just waking up every day, hating myself and wishing I could stay in bed. And there is. And when we see someone who is further down this journey or has taken a few more steps in this direction, it can be so easy to project or blame or say, oh, they've had it easy. I get that a lot. Your life must be so perfect. No, we all have challenges. And I used to be someone that was in such a victim energy. I used to think that everything around me was stronger than me. My environment was stronger than me. I had no say in the matter. I just was a whimsy of the stars. I had to move as God moved me. But I am God in my own sense. I have a connection. I have a relationship with him, with it, with God, with source, with the universe, with my higher self. I don't want the language to tie you up because I know it can do. It did for me for a while. But that's okay, right? We just observe. There's no right or wrong. And I think it's really important that we're not blaming and shaming other people for where they're at on their journey. And if we're judging someone, let's turn it back on us. Like, what does this mean about me? Like, what belief do I have that means that person is annoying or is up themselves or is not living by their design? Like, what right do we have to judge them? When actually we're just projecting our own perception onto someone else, onto this outer source, because we're not quite ready to own that about ourselves yet. That we might feel inadequate, that we might feel like we're not living by our design, that we might feel like we are struggling against a tide, and that's okay, man. Like, that's really okay. We don't have a guidebook for each and every one of us, but we can write it. We get to write it. We get to pick up the pen. We get to write the story of who we want to be. I remember being like, I don't even know, like 10, man, maybe younger. Thank you, Chris. I'm so grateful you're here. And I'm grateful that it helps. Because I feel like I was in such a deep depression, and I want people to know and feel and see it is not how we have to stay. Right? But I remember being like 10, maybe younger, and writing a list of the things I wanted to be. I wanted to be a dancer. I wanted to be a Spanish speaker. I wanted to be a mama. I wanted to travel the world. I wanted to feel happy. I wanted to be a singer. I wanted to express myself. I wanted to create art. You know, like I wanted to do so many things with my time. And I think along the way, a lot of us get lost in who we should be rather than who we get to be. So, for example, say I was back at Lidl working my supermarket job, which I was there for a long time. And before that, I worked at McDonald's for like 5-6 years. And it was quite fun, actually, because you have a task and you get really good at it. You get to meet cool people, you get to chat, you get to clean. I love cleaning. It's great. It's so therapeutic. And also, you have the other experience of, oh wow, there is quite a lot of humans and they are quite angry sometimes, and there is quite a lot of emotion that is projected onto you as a service person, for example, or as someone who is like, yeah, like it's awesome. Or you get like projected onto as that person who is just there for the temporary, and thus they don't matter enough to you for you to be kind to. So you do get projected on by people who are not able to emotionally regulate or understand where they are vibrationally. But we get to take all of that information and say, well, what now? What now? Wherever I am, it doesn't matter. I'm on the till at Tesco. I'm in a shoe store working and selling shoes. I am YouTube famous and I'm earning money on YouTube. I am a business coach. I am I'm a baby. It doesn't matter. We all have a feeling of who we are, right? And how can we be the best version of who we are in this now moment? And what is the big goal? What is the big dream in the future? And if that feels unattainable, why does it feel unattainable? Can we maybe talk to some loved ones in our lives that can show us that we deserve to be in that place that we want to be? Maybe we're closer than we think we are. Maybe we're already doing the things and meeting the people in the right place for the things that actually we do want to do with our lives. And we were really dreaming about being our authenticness, our authentic truth. And when we live life from that place, I don't get exhausted by anything I'm doing anymore. Any commitment I've made, I'm there because I know it's important and my word is my truth. I trust myself, I trust my word, right? And that's not to say there's anything wrong with honoring a cycle or you're sick or, you know, something comes up and da-da-da-da-da. But for me, I still do the thing, unless I'm literally dying. Because I know what it's like I put my whole life on hold for years when I was in this deep depression, when I was in this victim space of cleaning and clearing all of this energy and getting angry at the world and, oh, my childhood, oh, my parents, oh, me, oh, I'm a terrible person, oh, the world is horrible, I can't even go out. Like, I really was in a really dark place. And I decided that that's not who I want to be. I want to be a force of inspiration. I want to be a force of positivity. I want to be a point of connection with this inner being. We have this inner knowingness that joy exists, and we don't need to shame ourselves for wanting it and for going after it. And how we're choosing to perceive a situation in every minute, that's how we manifest. That's how life unfolds for us. I wouldn't say I'm a beacon of light, my friend, but that's very kind of you. I feel like we all have our darkness. We all have our shadow. And I think part of the path of life is accepting that we have these both aspects to ourselves. They are both important. You know, if I'm feeling an experience of jealousy, why? What do I want from that being, that thing, that experience that I don't feel like I'm receiving, that I can't give to myself? Where is this limiting belief? And just bringing it back to self, rather than throwing the energy out at other people. A, it's a waste of my energy. B, it doesn't feel good for them or me. And 3, it's actually my information, right? It's my navigation system. It's saying like, okay, I want to be that way. And I'm aimed over there. So, okay, I'm a bit closer now. Ooh, so close. Spot on, go. And one image I love to think of, I shared this recently and I want to share it again, is a bullseye. A bullseye and a bow and arrow. And I just imagine hitting that bullseye every time. Like, I don't have to act on everything right away. Like, I want to be a surfer. I want to go diving. I want to skydive. But I'm not doing that every day right now. But I am getting my body physically fit and able to handle extreme circumstances. Right? I want to know and experience how to help people on the street. I was homeless last year. Right? You can see why each of these experiences are leading us in that direction of the dream. And just because we're not quite at that top point of like singing on the stage with Mariah Carey doesn't mean taking my singing lessons isn't me taking a step towards my dreams. Right? So not necessarily believing this high expectation we have for ourselves to be now, and also not shaming ourselves for not being exactly where we are. And also remembering that the impact we leave on the world behind us is our responsibility in every moment. That can be a really daunting feeling. And it can be expansive. It can be unlimited possibility. It can be excitement. Every step is a step in the right direction. Exactly. Obstacles are detours in the right direction. They're realignment. Rejection is divine protection. Okay, I can't go that way. I'll go this way. Okay, I can't go this way. I'll go that way. I have experienced so much rejection in my life. And I still do. Like, I'm pretty sure recently someone gave my contacts to someone and they just straight up ignored it. You know, like they looked at my profile like a Tinder profile. It wasn't, it was my Instagram, but they just straight up ignored it. Because people judge, and that's okay. Sometimes I judge too. But I also recognize that with an open heart and trust, I allow myself to step into a situation with that trust. With that, this could be the very thing that changes my fucking life. This could be the conversation that completely switches me to a whole new reality. This could be the video I filmed that my next big client signs for. They could say, oh my God, I saw that video about you talking about da 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 da. And I was like, this is the woman I want to work with. I want her energy in my life. You feel me though? Anything could be that moment. And when we approach any conversation, any event, any person with the openness of they could have the answer I really need right now. They might not understand that. Like they might just be peeling potatoes and say something profound that instantly clicks something and they would have no idea what that meant to you. But you're like, wow, that was so profound. It's pieced everything together. And they'd be like, I was just peeling a potato. But because I've chosen to view that as the very thing that's going to transform my inner reality to the next, to the dream, to the feeling better, to the more pleasure in the body, to the more pleasure in the world, I can look at the news and I can say and feel with my whole heart the tragedies that are happening all across our world. And I can feel the echoes of that inside my heart. And I can choose to say, I am joyful. I am beautiful. I am happy. I am dreaming big. I'm dreaming to make an impact. I'm dreaming of wealth because I can change the impact on the world. I have a say. I have a say. I have a choice. I have a decision in every moment. Who will I be? And that doesn't mean we can shame or blame anyone around us for the choices they're making. They're doing the best with the awarenesses that they have and the tools and the capabilities. But if we have the tools and the capabilities and there's awesome people on the internet to literally just click 2 buttons and you're like, oh my God, dopamine release, I feel connected. Wow, let's go there. Let's explore this world together. So I'd love for us to just take a little minute if you're driving, maybe don't close your eyes, just do it with your eyes open. But if you're connecting here with me now and you're sat in a nice comfortable space, take some nice deep breaths. And we're going to bring the energy and awareness inside the body. Just setting this intention that I call and claim my energy and power to me now. Anywhere we might be blaming or shaming another, angered by another, we don't blame ourselves. We lovingly accept and we lovingly choose a different way. Breathing in the energy, our precious life force energy, and exhaling down into the body. Inhale to the back of the body, bring the awareness, exhale, move it down the body. Inhaling back, exhaling down. We're just going to open our hearts, consciously feeling it moving, getting bigger, the energy around it, in a circular motion, swirling around. And we're going to invite in our connection to God, to universe, to source, whatever resonates, to higher self, higher being. And connect with the knowing that only that which is for the highest good of all shall come through in this moment, and so it is. May we connect to the purest form of self, the truest form of self, and so it is. Breathing in and exhaling out. Maybe we want to give this God source a color, a white light, a sparkle, whatever it is. Breathing it in, down and around the body. And letting it fill our whole being with the breath. Gently let the breath get softer, but staying consistent, in through the nose, out through the mouth. I'd love for you to think of someone that you love really, really, really deeply. And then I'd like you to imagine yourself in front of you. And we're going to set the intention to love ourselves so deeply, just as we would another being. And we're setting the intention to get curious about ourselves and the other. Get curious about what this means for us now, in this now moment. How can we love louder, stronger, deeper, softer? How can we be more true to ourselves? Gentle breaths. And just inviting in any shifts and changes to our energy fields that align us with the highest case scenario, best case scenario, divine timing. Divine, aligned, and always on time. My favorite saying. And just trusting these energy shifts will continue to work as is in the right way for you in this now moment. We don't need to force or monitor or micromanage the universe's magic. We just allow it to unfold for us and trust it is done because our word is the truth, and so it is. Deep breaths. Bringing our hands together in prayer if that feels good for you. If not, just keep them in the heart. Eyes open very gently, keeping this space with us. Lovingly moving from this space into our days. I love you, you love you, and all unfolds in the perfect way. I'll see you soon, friends. Take care.